All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And as part of the Rankin Technical College AWD, or Application and Web Development 1100 C# programming class, I've been creating a series of PowerPoint presentations that are, I should say, a series of video presentations based on the PowerPoints for the book, C#, Muroc C# 8th edition. And I've also been working on this payroll program throughout. Now, I did make a couple changes. If you look in here, I added a checkbox that says employee has insurance. So if it's checked, the employee does have insurance. If it's not checked, they don't. All right. I also removed the stuff that I had in here previously for the message box and basically converted it into the list box stuff. So right now it does print out for me the employee's name, their age, but I'm not figuring that out correctly. The hours they work, their hourly rate, and their gross pay. So let's look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm printing out 6 pieces of information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the other one I have to print out is the employee insurance. So this is a checkbox, and it's called CHK Insured. Okay, that's fine. What I think I'll do here, I'm going to try to do at least, is a little bit of programming. So after the age, right before the hours work, so right here, I'm going to add duplicate these lines here. All right, I know I've got hours worked in there twice, so let's see, add. I want to do this, I'd like to do this as a question mark colon operator, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to actually put a little code in here. So if CHK insured.checked so if it is checked, I'm going to put in this, else I'm going to put in that. How's that? So this will say, if it is checked, this will say employee is insured. And otherwise, so I'll need an else. And we'll say employee is not insured. First, let's run it and see if that part is working. So File, Save All, run this. All right, so I am going to check it. All right, so employee is insured. All right, I do need another blank line after that, but no biggie. Employee name, I'll have to do the age yet. Let's tab that over a couple times. That's fine. I could say instead of employee, I mean, I could put the name in there, but it's fine the way it is, I think. We will just add that blank line in there. So let's test it again and not have it checked and see if it says employee is not insured. Employee is not insured. Okay, so everything is everything is working. That's good. Let's put a little heading at the top of this. We don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. So again, I'm going to copy these two lines. And this is going to say employee information. It's like that. Don't need a dollar sign there, really. And I don't need a dollar sign there or there either. The only time you need the dollar sign is when you're printing out variables, and I'm not here. So let's see. And then we're going to get to it. So there we go. Okay, that's not too bad. So I have to come in and figure out, again, the employee birth date information. Right now it's just returning true, which is silly. All right. So this should not be returning true anymore. So let's see. Well, I guess it isn't the case. I'm going to go grab the last one that I had. And from the older program, the last program, version 5, Payroll GUI. And I'm not going to add it to my program right now, but what I am going to do is I'm going to grab all of this information and throw it out on the desktop. This was a really, really big routine, as you can see. All right, 318, and it started on, wow, even bigger than I thought it was, about 125 lines. Now, I don't think I'm going to need everything that was in there, so I'll leave that one up and just bring this in here. All right. So birth date, check for no birthday input. Well, you can't have that anymore. All right, because I've set all of those up. Okay, the only thing I can check for is check for no birthday inputted. Just the day. And let's be consistent here. So that isn't TXT anymore. This is LST. This is called that's the field right there, CBO day. So we've got CBO month, CBO day, CBO year. Good. So if CBO dot selected index equal -1, throw new argument exception. I don't even want to throw anything particularly. What am I doing in here now in this argument exception? All right, you must enter. I can leave that. That's fine. All right. All I want to do is just return false. No focus, no none of that. So system message is, and my message is, you must enter a birth. Actually, this isn't true. If you've chosen a birth month, it should choose a birthday. So I am gonna go back to the beginning here. All right. So I am going to check here. Let's just pretend none of this exists. Okay. So I'm going to see if the year that's in there is a leap year. All right. I want to check if it's a leap year and if the month is February. Because if it is, I've got to choose the 29. Okay, so let's do that leap year thing. We did that before. All right. So what I want to do first is, and maybe this isn't the best order, but this is the order in which I'm going to do it. Okay, so check to see if year is leap year. If it is, check to see if month is February. All right. So the first thing I have to do is see that CBO year is a string. So first thing I'm going to do here is, I'm going to convert CBO year value to an int. All right, so I'm going to do that first. So CBO, now let's see, int year, I'll call it B year for birth year, equals, I don't need to do a triparse because it's already has to be an integer. So I'm going to say int 32.parse CBO year dot text. I think that's going to be right. All right. Now I want to see, after I've done that, I want to check to see if the month is February. All right. I don't really have to do any conversion here. So I can say if okay. We will convert it. So I converted the year to an int. Let's just do those up here. We'll convert both the year and the month to integers. So I've converted here the year to an int. Let's convert the month value to an int as well. So this is B month, and this will be month as well. All right, now I can come in here and check to see if the year is a leap year. So if date.time year is leap year, and B month equals 2, well, then I know it's a leap year and it's February. All right. So what I want to do, if that's the case, all right, so if it's a leap year, let's do it like this. If this is a leap year, I'm not going to make this a combined condition. So if this is a leap year, then I want to check if the month is 2, then what I want to do is I want to fill this up with leap year. So in other words, I'm going to have to fill fill day combo box with, and let's come back up here, days 29 with the days 29 array values. All right, so if that's the case, now one thing I haven't done that I want to do right now, and that is this. All right, I want to make sure that every time I come into this, every time I want to clear out the CBO. It's not CBO, it's CBO month. No, it's CBO day. I want to clear the CBO day every time I come into this. So I'm going to clear out all values in day combo box. All right, so I'm going to check if it's February. I'm going to check if it's a leap year. All right. So if it is February and it's a leap year, I'm going to fill this up. All right, so that's going to handle that. This is probably going to end up being a lot more code than I'd really like to write, but I'm going to write it this way anyway. Else, I'm just going to duplicate this. Otherwise, if it's not a leap year and the month is 2, I want to fill this up with the day 28 because there's only 28 days in there. All right. All right, so I'm handled February. I handled the hard case. Now I'm going to say else, and I'm going to do a switch on the month. And if the month is January, March, May, July, August, October, or December, so these are months with 31 days. All right, so I can come in here and do this. So we're going to fill it with days 31. and then break. All right. Let's just copy all this. All right, now we want to do our months with 30 days. So that's April, June, September, and November. Okay. I will put a default in here. This should never be hit, but I'm just going to break. All right, so now, and I should be writing this as multiple routines. I'm not. So now I've got that. I've got all the stuff that I need. So the only thing that I want to do is to come in here and I want to join together the three values. Let's see. Slash t. Okay, this is what I'll basically want to do in here. Okay. Is that. Okay. Okay, so I come in here and I want to fill this up to see if it's a leap year. If it is a leap year, see if it's February. If it's a leap year and it's February, 29 days. Otherwise, it's not a leap year and it's February. I think this else will have to be inside of here. So if the birth month is 2, all right. So otherwise, if I get down to here, it's not a leap year. It's not a leap year. So I've handled February, both cases. It's not a leap year. It's fine. I do think I had it right to begin with. If it's a leap year, and the birth month is February, okay, then I want to do all this. Otherwise, if it's not a leap year, and the month is February, right, then I want to do this. Otherwise, this should handle everything else, I would think. All right, so I should have now filled this thing up correctly. All right, now I don't need to do most of the stuff that's in here. All right. So I'm going to say string. Just going to call this all three, which is a crummy name. It is going to be I'm not going to do it like this. I'm going to say it's going to be the birth year dot toString plus, where was that? It was year, the next was month, the birth month dot toString plus the birthday. CBO day dot selected item. All right, so for instance, today is January 4th. That should give us something that looks like this. So for example, 1/4/23 will be, and I don't want to do it like this. I want this to look like this. 2023, but I want the 0 in here, so 0104. So I can't do it like this. The birth year I can do like this, but the month and the day, I'm going to have to get what that is. So this will have to be CBO month dot selected item. I think that'll be correct. We'll find out in a minute. That's what we want. So that's all three. Now, this will be the current date in this format. All right, then the date of birth will be this all three. All right, then I'm going to do that. Then age string is going to be like that. And then age string right there is what we'll want to print out. And I think I made that global before. So let's grab all of this stuff. I don't think I need this birth date string anymore and this message anymore. So I can get rid of those. Just start it right here. Grab all of this. Go back to my program. Find the spot where I'm inputting the birth date, It's not a good name for that, but I'm going to use it anyway. All right, so that's all in there. All right, so this was days 31, that should be. And this should be days 30. They should have a paren at, these should both have a paren at the end. Paren, whoops. Paren and paren. All right. There we go. So return true. And like I said, I think age string, yep, it's global. So that should be okay. Looks like I had some errors in here. If datetime.is leap year, what did I call that? B year. And B month equal to, just playing with parentheses here. So this should be 29. Otherwise, that's again B year. And again, it shouldn't be there. This is 28. And again, we need a paren here and a paren here. All right. I have no flipping clue if this is even going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Expected catch or finally. All right, so I must still have the word try in there, I think. Okay, so I've got this in a try. I don't want it in there, a try in there anymore. So let's see. I think I don't need that in there anymore now. Okay, it's okay. It's telling me I've got a couple mistakes, but we're going to fix those right away. All right. Okay, convert the year, convert the month. Clear out what was in the day. Day. It's not showing me any errors. That's always a good sign. Let's try to run it. I have no idea if this will work or not, or if it's going to fill up what I want it to fill up. All right. Okay, there's nothing in there, so let's change this to 2, and that didn't change. Change this to 70, and that didn't change. So we're never filling this up. All right. It's not input birth date that we want to call here. All right, what we want clear that. We want to do this if either one of these change. So if that changes, and I'm gonna put code in there in a minute, or if that changes. All right. So I'm gonna put a call in here to configure day combo box. I'm getting an error, of course, because it hasn't been written yet. to do the same thing here. All right, then down here I'm going to write it. Private void configure combo box. All right. Configure day combo box. All right. Now I'm going to take everything that was in the this input birth date. I'm going to grab everything that's in there. All right, so technically we don't even need this anymore, and we will get rid of it in a moment. All right, I'm going to move that down here. The only thing I want to change is at the bottom. I don't need this return true anymore. Okay, so that's that. Now it's giving me an error because I have this configure birth date in there as a bool, and I really don't even need this routine anymore. So all right, so where we call that in here, put first name and put last name. If keep going, this can all be removed now. So this will be called if a valid last name was inputted. All right, let's try it again. Again, I have no errors, which is always a good thing. All right, I don't have any value when this starts. Oops, birth year. Input string was not in a correct format. CBO year.text. So let's see. Int birth year equals int32.parse CBO year. No, I don't want CBO year.text. What line was that? So it should be CBO year dot selected item. And so should that. Now it's giving me errors. Let's see why. Cannot convert from an object to a string. Shouldn't be item dot selected item, no. I would have thought that was right. It says it cannot convert from an object to a string. Stop for just a second here. All right, getting the selected value. Oh, it's selected value. All right. Doesn't like that either. It's giving me the same error. So okay, so I've got to, looks like I've got to make this an int as well. Will that work? No. Okay. I don't think I need to do the parse. I think I need to come in here and do this. Here we go. All right, all my errors are gone. All right. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Brother. Configure day combo box. Wonder if that should be item. Over here, they've done it as selected value. Use the combo box dot selected item to get the selected value in the combo box. Still getting an error. Same error. Year, month, and the day. And I'm comparing that to an array, which I think has string values in it. These do. I don't think I have to go and do hardly any of this that I'm doing here. Well, let's do this. Let's stop this, and let's see what the error is. String. Dot. String. Okay, then let's do this one. Okay. So this will have to be, now I'll have to do it int BM for birth month equals int 32.parse b year, and int b, that's by for b year, and int bm for birth month equals int 32.parse b month. Okay, so this will now be by and this will be bm. Okay, I've just got to make sure I'm doing apples and apples. All right, these are now all. So these are all going to have to be changed. I think it's going to be, let's see. Actually, why don't I just do here BM for the birth month? There we go. All right. Doggone. Selected item dot to string. Object reference not set to the instance of an object. And there's a good chance I'm going to get the same error for here. So if I were to, for example, no, I'm not going to comment that out. All right, let me explain what I'm trying to do here, okay? And that is, I'm trying to come in here, and whenever this changes, or whenever this changes, I want to update this. So if the month changes, and the month is January, March, May, July, August, October, or December, this should go from 1 to 31. All right. If this is April, June, September, or November, this should go from 1 to 30. All right. If this is 2 and this is a leap year, this should go from 1 to 29. If this is 2 and this is not a leap year, it should go from 1 to 28. And then all I'm trying to do afterwards is just figure out the, I'm trying to come in and figure out the age. All right, now when I run it, I get an error. And this is an example because it'll show you something. This is called a runtime error. All right, object reference not set to an instance of an object. CBO, the year, the selected item to string. I don't think that's selected value. I can try that, but I don't think that that's going to be correct. See if I get the same error, and I do, whether it's item or value. Actually, I should check. Returning null. All right. What I'm trying to do right there is to grab the current value, whatever is in there. Now, did I, at the beginning, when I was setting all this stuff up, all right, fill month up, down, fill year up, down. we're setting the selected index to 0, so that first one should be set. And here we're setting it to 0. I shouldn't do this, but I should be able to say CBO month dot selected value equals, well, what's that first month? 01. But I don't think it's going to take that either, because I think I'm going to have to do, well, let's see once. It's not complaining about it. So this will be year selected value. And this will be 1958. All right. Still giving me the same error. Well, let's put a breakpoint here, and let's run it again. And I think that those 2 lines that I put in are unnecessary, but I'll leave them in there for now anyway. So, all right. So birth year, it's got it being null. CBO year dot selected item says that this is null. How can that be null? So when the index changes, we're calling this. I'm going to have to take a break because I have to figure out what the problem here is. All right, then we come back. Hopefully, then this will all work. Okay, but I'll be back, and it'll be a while. We're at 53 minutes, so I think I'm going to stop here, and I will pick it up in the next video. Thanks.